Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today, straight after lunch as well. My name is Alex Challans. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called Resonance. Now, I have the great privilege of being able to operate a company which gets to cover some of the world's most exciting technologies. Think about something like quantum, space, and AI. Now, today I'm going to speak to you a little bit about quantum technology. So I just want to get a sense in the room, a quick hands, how many of you have heard of quantum technology? Wow. Okay, I did this 7 years ago, and not one person puts their hand up. So this is a big change, and I think that gives you a sense of what's changing in the industry. Well, for those who don't know, there's a few new hands in here. Quantum technology covers anything that is happening at the really, really small scale. We're talking about how the world operates at the quantum mechanical scale. Areas which don't feel intuitively logical to us. Things that aren't easy to understand. Things like quantum computers, quantum sensors, or even something like quantum secure communication. Let me try and make this real for you. When we look at something like quantum computing, we're very excited about this technology because it addresses absolutely enormous markets, areas where we are not able to solve problems today with the current technologies that we have. In drug discovery, the way we are doing this today is brute force with compute. We're trying to understand how a drug would interact with the human body, and we're throwing trillions of dollars at it. To be able to do something like drug discovery, you have to understand how the drug operates at the quantum mechanical level, how it interacts with the human body. We can't do that with the world's technologies today, but we can with a future quantum computer. So I'm very excited today to make sure that you get to understand some of the big opportunities around this. Yet, we're very excited about this. We've got $50 billion of government commitments to quantum now. 40 countries have now declared a national strategy. Yet the investment amounts are still small. Now, billions of dollars doesn't sound small to most people. $10 billion was raised by quantum companies in 2025, 4 times the amount of what it was just 1 year before. Yet for those who follow the AI markets, we saw $130 billion raised just by one company, 13 times more than the entire quantum technology market. Now at Resonance, as I said, we have the great privilege of looking at the world's most exciting technologies. We like to look not just at what is here today, something like AI, we're all using it in our day-to-day lives now, but looking on the horizon. And so you'll be very lucky to hear from Matt Samaglia of Quantum Coast Capital and Kirk Holderman of Morgan Private Ventures on what this next area of opportunity is if you're a builder, if you're an investor. I think you should stick around for that discussion. But just before we do that, one of the biggest challenges with many technologies is making sure the public understanding is as good as it can be, that we can cut through the hype, we can cut through the noise. And that's why I'm very excited to introduce my business partner, Evan, who really looked to address this year. Evan, over to you.
Thank you so much for that, Alex. Like Alex said, by way of introduction, my name is Evan Kubes, and I'm the president and co-founder of Resonance. And before we begin, I'd love to give a huge thank you to the Medina family for putting on another wonderful Emerge event. When Alex and I started the business 7 years ago, it was really from the thesis of trying to make quantum technology and emerging tech more accessible, moving it from the periphery to mainstream consciousness. So with that, we spent the last year going to over 16 countries and interviewing over 40 stakeholders from universities, enterprise, investors, and all sorts of really meaningful quantum experts to try to elucidate this great industry and bring it to the forefront of emerging tech. So with that, I'd love to share a brief clip of this documentary that we've created, which we premiered just last month at Boulder, Colorado for the Sundance Film Festival, which we'll be showing again at the BAFTA Center in London, England next month.
Quantum Quantum mechanics and relativity are the place where physics becomes really surprising and conceptually revolutionary.
There is a completely different way to do computation.
Quantum computing is the only thing that fundamentally changes the rules of computation.
And it was always supposed to be 5 years off or 10 years off. And I thought quantum computing might be like that. I don't now.
It's clear that sooner rather than later, we're going to have quantum computers.
We have seen evolutions of technology. Now we're about to see a revolution.
But every new technology has consequences.
Scientists say it's the technology that could revolutionize computing.
U.S. companies are spending billions of dollars investing in Chinese companies involved in critical technologies like quantum computing.
There is absolutely a geopolitical arms race on
between companies and nations.
National governments, the number one reasons that they're behind this is national security. China, the numbers are off the charts on what they're investing in it.
So there's a reason to fear getting behind in quantum, so you have to participate in a race. You don't have a choice.
How do we think about what's actually going on?
What can I do when I have the quantum computers? How can I change the world by designing new chemicals, new materials?
But you do have to be willing to take some chances and accept failure.
It would be much easier to build a spaceship to fly to Mars. But building the quantum computer is more exciting.
Quantum's going to be the world that we live in.
We're going to be able to simulate so much chemistry and so much physics that we cannot simulate today. Things like clean energy, clean air batteries for electric cars.
They have this tool, and now they're going at light speed, and they're doing things that they never even considered were possible.
We're doing this. We are solving problems today.
We're not going to be told what to do by the suits, and we don't care what anyone else thinks. That's what quantum is today.
It kind of satisfies a need to explore the world.
We haven't even started to scratch the surface about what these machines can do.